we're talking Dennis Rodman, the bad boy Pistons, Las Vegas. Who doesn't want to go to Las Vegas? LA Lakers, Magic Johnson, Phil Jackson, and MJ's first championship victory. All coming up on this episode. Let's run it.
The Jordan rules. Is that something you guys made up?
2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it.
My mentality was to go out and win.
The show of the 90s.
As soon as that turn goes out, you look out. Mike Jordan trying to shake off.
All right, episodes 3 and 4. We're talking Dennis Rodman. And who doesn't like Dennis Rodman?
Respect for me, they're just afraid to say it.
You think Jordan has a lot of respect for you?
I think so. I think Jordan would love to be Dennis Rodman for one day.
Man, that guy is a character, to say the least. This episode here goes into the history of Dennis Rodman, how it all got started for him, where he got drafted in the 86 draft as a 27th pick. To the Detroit Pistons. He was a part of that Bad Boys Piston team, was known as a lockdown defender. His coaches loved him, raved about him. Players loved him. People that played with him loved him. He was a pest. He knew his role on the defensive end, and he played his role very, very well. Dennis Rodman is the best rebounder ever. If you saw this guy play, I was fortunate to see him play a little bit. And, although I didn't agree at the time, he was very much so in the news for his off-the-court theatrics. You see his hairstyles and, just how outgoing the guy was, very charismatic. But when he was on the court, and I can remember him and Karl Malone going at it so much in those Utah Jazz, Chicago Bulls series.
Are scheduled to wrestle in one of those bogus events next month. Why Malone wants to lower himself to that is anyone's guess. And Rodman apparently wants to start the wrestling now.
I tell you what, I love what I'm seeing, the battle between these two guys. They're fighting, giving it everything they got. Both of them are trying to push and shove and gain position. Karl Malone gives them a look.
Those were fun to watch. When this guy was on the floor, he gave you maximum effort. Every episode expands on those bad boy Piston teams and how MJ basically couldn't get past those teams from 86 to about 89.
People, Jordan had accused Mahorn of trying to end his career.
Isolation play for Jordan.
Defensively, the Pistons are now pointing totally at Mike.
And that's when Doug Collins was there. And they briefly got into, how MJ had a great relationship with Doug Collins. But after that 89 season, they needed to go a different way. So they brought on Phil Jackson, who at the time was an assistant coach under Doug Collins. But he was learning under Tex Winter. And Tex Winter had told him about the triangle offense. So episode 3 continues with the whole Scottie Pippen controversy. Basically him, is he going to return to the Bulls or is he done? And they say about halfway through the year, Scottie Pippen ends up rejoining the team. Rodman now again has to become that third wheel. Doesn't take it very well. Ends up needing a vacation. 2 days. Rodman says he's like, I need to go on vacation. Clear my mind, clear my head. They let Dennis Rodman go during the season to Vegas. That doesn't surprise me. That guy is hilarious. 2 days, he's in Vegas, partying it up with Carmen Electra. A couple days later, MJ has to go and get him from his hotel room, drag him into practice. He comes back. When he steps foot on that floor, he's all business again. And that's who Dennis Rodman was. Dennis Rodman was a person, when he got on that basketball floor, he was serious. Off the court, he had his, off the court problems, if you want to put him like that. He was in the media, he loved the attention, and he was a free spirit. But that was episode 3 right there. So 4, we're talking about the Phil Jackson story now. Phil Jackson was known for being like a Zen master per se. Like he had his teams, whether it was Chicago or LA, he had them doing a lot of meditation work, really working on that mental aspect of their game. Like we found out in episode 3, Phil Jackson was an assistant coach during that 88-89 season to Doug Collins, and then later became the head coach. Not so much Michael Jordan oriented basketball, it was more of a team oriented basketball, with Michael Jordan being the main piece, but everybody could play with this triangle offense that they were running. There was a wide variety of different cuts, different screens, different ways to score. It wasn't just Michael Jordan creating all the time. It gave other people options. And that's how they got over the hump of the bad boy Pistons.
And Kukoc takes the ball into the wing position. Jordan steps up and sets a back pick. And this is the corner series. Kukoc normally should be making a baseline cut, but Rodman's a little bit high, so he cuts over the top, and it sets up a screen roll in the corner, which is an obvious open opportunity for Rodman, who misses the first attempt, gets the second.
Michael Jordan was like, all right, if these guys are gonna keep fouling me and keep fouling me and keep fouling me, I got to work on my body, I gotta develop my body, I gotta get stronger, I gotta hit the weight room. So he made a commitment to get in the weight room, getting stronger, putting on some mass. And one thing that was really good, especially with Scottie Pippen, these guys, they didn't let the Pistons get into their heads. Whenever the Pistons tried to foul them hard and, just rough them up, they didn't react. That's what the Pistons wanted to do. But the Bulls kept their composure, and one thing that the Pistons get a lot of flack for is when they did lose, they got swept by the Bulls. They didn't go over and shake the Bulls' hand during, that last game.
Timeout was called. They left the bench almost 7 or 9, 10 seconds remaining. The Pistons just left.
And that was a lot of controversy back in the day, and even to now it's a controversial topic on whether or not Isaiah Thomas and that Pistons team should have went over and shook the Bulls' hands and showed good sportsmanship. And then the last portion of it is showing MJ and the Chicago Bulls team winning their first championship, losing the first game to the LA Lakers, but winning the next 4 in a row, winning that first championship. MJ's emotions during that time. Can't wait for episode 5 and 6 this coming Sunday. Should be fun. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Man, tell a friend, share this with a friend. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, I'll do this again next week. I'll see you guys next time. It's Coach Drew. We out. Deuces.
I'll see you down the road.